right, my pal Joe Lavorgna right here, smack on set, SMB chief economist, formerly the White House chief economist of the National Economic Council. Thanks, Joe. I'm not going to put you through the political stuff. You've got all these Democratic politicians saying yesterday's numbers shows that Trump's already had a recession in his first 100 days. But I wanted to ask you, so the GDP number was down 0.3%, but the numbers don't match. They don't add up. I talked to Kevin Hassett a bit, and I want to give you a shot at it because you were always part of that gang. We had, 330-something billion in imports, which is subtracted out, but we only had about 150 billion in inventories, which is added into GDP. So, and anyway, they're missing close to $200 billion. $190 billion is missing. It's evaporated.
Could be the statistical discrepancy
in the GDP account.
Joke.
So well, I took the liberty of putting it back in. Sure. All right, you know, being whoever I am, and that, by the way, gets you to a 3.2% GDP number. And the reason I thought that was interesting is because the real final sales, private sales to domestic purchases, all right, C plus I, consumption plus investment, that came in at 3%.
That's right.
So I'm just saying,
strong.
You know, when Trump yesterday at the cabinet meeting or someplace said the core GDP was 3%, it didn't fall, I think he's on to something.
No, absolutely. And we talked about the statistical discrepancy, which is the difference between the income side and the product side. And in theory, they should be the same. Real income was very strong in the first quarter. It actually looks like the economy is booming, not shrinking.
Yes.
So growth is very strong. And also the equipment piece was up 23%. Now, some people say that could be imports of capital equipment. But the Fed's production data showed a similar increase. That was largely domestic, in my view.
Good point.
Yeah.
And I talked to Kevin Hassett about this also. That's a great point. The production side showing the same thing, and that's domestic. But here's the other thing. You know what? They may be front-running the retroactive 100% expensing of equipment.
I was thinking the same thing.
And factories, Joe.
That's right.
And factories.
Right.
That's what they're, because what they're saying, and you know the bill's going to pass. I mean, the bill is going to pass, all right? So they're going to get that money back. They can take a risk and start building and buying now, putting blue-collar people to work with decent wages, right? Because they're going to get paid back to January 20th, which is very cool.
And the strength was very persistent through the quarter, meaning the production boom was very consistent through the quarter. And the president had talked about, in the joint session of Congress, making that expensing back 100% in addition to the factory activity. And that certainly impacted expectations, which is why, Larry, when I talk to people, I say, look, forget this tariff uncertainty. This is like blown way out of proportion. It's really the tax bill that matters most. That's what's going to dictate the long-run health of the economy. And I'm happy you're very confident, as am I, that that bill will go through, and the sooner the better.
It's going to go through. It may not make it Memorial Day, but the July 4th deadline is fair. Last couple seconds, Joe. Tomorrow's jobs report.
Should be okay. Unemployment should stay low. The income number should be good. It's a random number generator, Larry, as you know. But the economy looks healthy. The claims numbers, the trending claims are still very low. Chain store sales are strong. Gasoline demand has been good. People are out there spending, and that's the ultimate barometer of what they think about the economy.
Democrats say we're in recession. Guy's been here a couple months, and he's already blaming for recession.
Well, inflation's down, which is very good.
Right,
that's very
zero
important.
inflation in March.
Inflation's very good. And
when's the Fed going to cut rates?
Second half of the year, because they're going to treat, unfortunately, I'm worried they're going to treat the tax cut as being inflationary when it's not, because they're demand side driven, as you know.
And we'll fight that battle when it comes. Joe Lavorgna, everybody. Terrific stuff. You're wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.